broken abilities have the potential to take you out of the game instantly. In the end, we often end up asking ourselves how someone could come up with the idea to program these abilities into the game. Whether if it's in League of Legends, Overwatch or Rainbow Six Siege, abilities that are too strong always make a game worse. Today we have compiled the top 10 most broken abilities for you. Enjoy! Top 10. Fizz Playful Trickster. Our list starts with an equally broken and annoying ability from League of Legends champion Fizz. His E Playful Trickster has too many benefits bundled into one ability to be considered fair. Not only does it make Fizz untargetable for a short period of time, it also does a lot of damage and gives good wave clear, and the whole thing happens with a cooldown that is frankly ridiculous. With a high ability tempo plus Zhonya's, you can go a full 5 seconds without being hit, which can be extremely frustrating when fighting him. Top 9. Meta Knight Tornado. The most overpowered character in Smash is Meta Knight, there's no doubt about it. The fact that this character also has the strongest ability of course puts the cherry on top. The anti-hero from the Kirby video game series is the nightmare of every Smash player. As a reason you can list all his abilities, but Meta Knight's Tornado is by far the most unfair of them all. His B move, which transforms him into a whirling destruction, destroys shields, makes him even more mobile than he already is, and deals a lot of damage. Just when you thought Meta Knight couldn't get any stronger, he just whirls away, unleashing fear and terror on the battlefield. Top 8. Pyke Death from Below. Another champion from League of Legends made it onto our list today. Pyke and his ultimate Death from Below is one of the most broken abilities in the game. Not only does it have a large and completely inaccurate hitbox, Pyke executes enemies with low life immediately and gets a reset on his ultimate as a result. On top of that, the ultimate does true damage, is an AoE ability, and completes Pyke's already broken kit. There is virtually no counterplay around the ability, as Pyke can sneak up invisibly and perform the ability basically out of nowhere. Additionally, you can never be sure when or if he has his ultimate ready, as the reset is extremely confusing. An extremely frustrating and broken ability that is the horror of any opposing bot lane. Top 7. Black Ops 4 Tempest. Every year a new Call of Duty is released, and every year there are some weapons that are way too strong. In Call of Duty Black Ops 4, the specialist Prophet has been given a weapon called Tempest, which fires shocks that can jump between players. One hit from these surges is enough to knock an opponent on the ground. True, the weapon is semi-automatic and takes a short time to fire again after each shot, but the fact that it's basically one hit and can also take out several enemies at once definitely makes it too powerful. This was also noticed by many players who hope for a nerf and even a ban of the weapon.
Who are you? Ooh, a 5-piece, bruh.
Kill him. Ooh, kill him.
Kill the whole thing.
Kill him. Ooh.
Top 6. Lion EE1D Drone. The abundance of gadgets in Rainbow Six Siege makes it extremely difficult for the developers to find a good balance. With most abilities you can talk about fair balancing, but one ability simply tops them all. The EE1D drone of the operator Lion. It helps Lion detect movement in an area, turning Rainbow Six gameplay on its head. While the drone scan is active, you are not allowed to move, otherwise you will be marked for all enemies on the map. Especially in a highly tactical shooter like Rainbow Six, this can quickly cost defenders their lives. In addition, the drone is also equipped with multiple scan charges, which makes the operator even more unpredictable. The ability was so strong for a while that Lion was disabled during Pro League Season 8 and nerfs were announced.
Oh my god. In bathroom. Oh my god, Bolo.
Top 5. Mercy Revive. Real Overwatch OGs should remember the following ability very well. The support character Mercy had an ultimate in the early days of Overwatch that allowed her to revive any fallen teammates in a team fight, with a full health bar of course. All she had to do was sit in a corner and wait for a team fight. If it didn't go as expected, she resurrected the entire fight with her ultimate. The opposing team, which had already used all the skills in the team fight before, could no longer defend itself. It was quickly clear that a change in ability was needed. The ability was reworked and instead it got a single target revive. Top 4. Blackbeard Shield. Another operator from Rainbow Six made it onto a list with his ability. Blackbeard and his rifle shield have become a balanced combination, but that wasn't always the case. In Rainbow Six Siege, you learn to aim for the head relatively quickly, as every headshot in the game is an instant kill. This habit had to be quickly overturned when Blackbeard was released. His shield gave him maximum protection from headshots, which is why you lost almost every gunfight against him. At release, his shield had an incredible 800 HP, an absurd amount considering that operators have an average of 110 HP. The HP of the shield has since been reduced to 20. However, that can still be enough to keep the upper hand in the heat of battle. Top 3. Shen Roshan Holy Persuasion. The following ability turned Dota 2 into a 6v5 game. We're talking about Shen's ability Holy Persuasion. This was bugged for a while in patch 6.75 and is supposed to be used to gain control over enemy or neutral units. What the developers didn't actually intend, but some players took advantage of, was the fact that you could also win Roshan for your own team thanks to the bug. But that wasn't all. You could exploit the bug from level 1 already and thus push towers unhindered. Since Roshan is immune to any damage when he leaves his pit, the opposing team could not stop this push and the game was over quickly. The bug was quickly fixed. What remains is the memory of Shen's monstrous pad.
Dire's Ancient is under attack.
Top 2. Jet Blade Storm. It's no secret that Jet is the most picked duelist in Valorant. What makes her so strong is her high mobility on one hand and her ultimate on the other. However, there was a time when this ultimate was much stronger than it is now. She had to be nerfed because every kill on her right click gave her resets. That was removed after some time and now only her left click gave her resets. A change that has limited Jet main somewhat, but has not made her completely useless. For once, Riot Games has done a good job with balancing here. Top 1. Twisted Fate Gate. First place on the list goes to Twisted Fate and his old E-skill Gate. Everyone who knows Twisted Fate today knows that his ultimate can teleport him across the map. Back then the ability was his E ability and had an 18-second cooldown. This means that you could teleport across the entire map with a pretty low cooldown even at level 1. To be able to compare the whole thing, the only way to teleport in League of Legends today requires an ultimate with immense cooldown or the summoner spell Teleport, which has a cooldown of 6 minutes. Twisted Fate was the ultimate ganker. He could be anywhere at any time and terrorize neighboring lanes at will. Even if he died, he could instantly teleport back to his lane with Gate. This ability truly deserves the first spot on our list.
Channel that can take you anywhere on the map.
That was our top 10 video of the week. Did we forget any ability? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. See you next week.